If you don't know what the Shroud of Turin is, let me give you a brief description. The Shroud of Turin, also known as the Holy Shroud, is a 14-foot length of linen cloth that bears a faint image on the front and back of a man. It has been venerated for centuries as the actual burial shroud used to wrap the body of Jesus of Nazareth after his crucifixion. It is believed that upon the shroud, Jesus' bodily image is miraculously imprinted. The human image on the shroud can be discerned more clearly in a black and white photographic negative than in its natural color, an effect discovered in 1898. It is from the image of the shroud that we get the image of Christ that is popular across the world today. The authenticity was questioned when radiocarbon testing done in the 1980s established that the shroud is from the medieval period and not from the time of Jesus. This corresponds with its first documented appearance in 1354. So, for a long time, it has been deemed questionable. Many who believe that the shroud was authentic challenged the radiocarbon dating, stating that the samples tested might have been contaminated or taken from a repair to the original fabric. The shroud was almost lost in a fire in 1532. Parts of it were damaged. Those parts were repaired, and it is believed that it was from there the radiocarbon samples were taken. So questions over the shroud's authenticity have been ongoing until recently. Now, the most ardent skeptics have come out saying that the Shroud of Turin is indeed the burial cloth of Jesus of Nazareth. What changed their minds? Wide-angle X-ray scattering imaging has been done on the shroud, showing that the fibers on the shroud are not 700 years old, but 2,000 years old. This has rocked the scientific world. Tests were also done on the blood found on the shroud. The blood reports show that the way the man on the shroud died is consistent with what we see in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. The best scientists in the world today can't explain how there is a molecular image in the linen of the shroud. The image on that shroud is consistent with a crucified man, but even more so with Christ. Most people weren't crucified and brutalized like he was. This is the part that got me.